Also, obviously, we just received word that Jason Tatum tore his Achilles last night in that loss against the Knicks in Game Five. I'm sorry, Game Four. Uh, just really hard to watch. It was just Tatum was having an all-time great playoff performance. He had finished with I believe 42 or 43 points last night, and it was just absolutely unstoppable. Especially in that first quarter, we saw him just like go ballistic, and we knew it was going to be one of those nights for him. I'm one of those people that was making fun of the Knicks, thinking that okay, the first couple of games, that was nice, that was amusing, but Boston's going to come storming back, and absolutely assert their dominance and just remind New York that they're not on their level and everything like that. Well, all that has drastically changed. With Jason Tatum out, you imagine now the Knicks are up 3-1, and they played a tremendous game last night. The Knicks, wire to wire, played a very good game in my opinion. They outplayed Boston in the second half. They played harder than them. They were tougher. And they made shots. Jalen Brunson, who's looking like the best closer in the game today, came out and just went crazy in the third quarter. And did the finishing touches in the fourth quarter. Mikal Bridges was more aggressive offensively, which is key. Karl Anthony Towns continues to play well. OG Anunoby was good. Um, the Knicks really did everything. They played well. I think they really just outplayed the Celtics in this game. I think for the first time in this series, I can say that the Knicks actually beat Boston. It wasn't Boston beating themselves, so to speak. So I got to give credit where credit is due. But staying with the Celtics, a lot of people are saying that it's over, that the Celtics will lose in five. I'm not one of those people. I don't think that the Knicks will beat Boston in Boston for Game Five. I think Boston will push to at the very least push to a Game Six. That's kind of the feeling I have because even without Jason Tatum, this is still a very good team. You still got Jalen Brown, you got Al Horford, Derek White, Drew Holiday, Porzingis, Peyton Pritchard, Sixth Man of the Year. So you still have a very good team that is more than capable of winning some games without Jason Tatum. In fact, they were 9-2 this season without Tatum. So that's evidence right there that they can play without him and win games without him. I'm not sure that they will come back and win this series without Tatum. Although I think it's possible they can possibly at the very I think minimum maximum I should say they have a chance to push into a game seven. But I don't see them coming back from 3-1 without Tatum to beat this New York Knicks team. What does that mean for the Celtics going forward? We talked about this core that Boston has that is intact for the next few years and everything with Porzingis and the crew. That you would imagine Boston would have a chance to win 2 or 3 championships in this window that they have. Well, now that Tatum with a torn Achilles, he's out for a legit calendar year and possibly longer than that. So you imagine that we won't see Jason Tatum at all next season. So what does that look like for Boston? You imagine it's going to be drastically different. Um, Now it seems like that window has shrunk even more because with the way that the NBA salary cap is going to change in the next few years, a lot of guys on that team won't be able to re-sign with the Celtics because one of the money they might probably demand, and just overall just how it's going to affect the cap space for the team. So this team they have right now will start to dismantle in the next few years, possibly even starting next season. So Tatum's injury just drastically changes like that Celtics championship window for me. With that being said, Jalen Brown, I'm looking at you. You're the $300 million man for the Boston Celtics. I'm expecting you to come out strong in Game Five and take over. Like we should be able to put this team on your back and at least win this Game Five for the Celtics. They paid you all this money. It's time for you to show up. Jason Tatum is not going to be there. You got to lead this team and show that you were worth that $300 million. I myself, along with a lot of people, were probably more than shell shocked when they found out that Jalen Brown was getting $300 million before Jason Tatum got anything. So now is the time for Jalen Brown to show what he's worth. I think he's very capable of that, but he's got to show it here. New York has been better than Boston in clutch time. For all that I've said that the Celtics have, given 2 games away to the Knicks. When crunch time came here, the Celtics have not shown up. The Knicks have, and that's why we see the Knicks up 3-1 right now. But I'm looking at Jalen Brown. It's time for you to step up, bro.